Hello everyone, I'm Chandra, Chaitanya's Python support. So we are on weekly test 09, the requirement discussion document. So in the weekly test 09, we will be having the mini project. So this project is mainly based on the Django. So so this is the requirement document. I just given each and everything. So I just detailedly explain here. So we'll just go through this document and we'll understand the requirement so that happily we can implement something. And at the end of this document, so there is a YouTube link and this requirement document explanation is available in our YouTube channel. You can just go through the YouTube channel and you can get the information. If you are not getting any information, so you can reach out to me. So I'll help you further. So now we'll start discussion of our document. Yes. So So the first point is write a Django mini project. So for content management, and the project has some of the articles to publish. So in this project, the articles can be created, updated, removed, search, and also display available article. And this project is mainly based on request and response through URLs, and the sample URLs are just given in this requirement document, which means we have to work on the communication, like the request and the response will be through URLs only. So now we'll just discuss the technical discussion. So this project has the articles table with the below fields. So in our Django term, the table is nothing but a model. So we will be having a model is called articles. So that model has, these are the fields. Okay, so we'll just discuss each and every field, what type of fields it is, those things we will discuss. The first one is called a title. So this field is a character field. It will define the title of the article. It will define the title of the article and it should be unique. So it means if any article is created with some name, that name should not be repeated for the further articles. And the next field is the content. So this field is just text field. So this will give the detailed information about the article. So what means the brief information about the article. The next field is author. So this field is a character field. So this will define the name of the author for a particular article. And the author name should contains only uppercase, lowercase, underscore and the spaces only. Okay. So the next one is created. Created is nothing but a date field. So this will define the created date of an article with a timestamp. Timestamp is nothing but a time with a proper date. So for example, if I am creating one article in today, so that the date will be today and the time will be whatever the time it is uploaded into the system, that time will get captured. Either it is a PM or either it is a AM. And next one is updated date. So this is also a date field, and so which will define the last updated date. It means, so whenever we are creating an article, so that time the created date, updated date should be same. So why? Because of initially it is for an article, initially it is created, initially it is updated. After sometimes in future, so if I want to update anything, like if I want to update the content, or if I want to update the status, or if I want to update any cost, if I want to update some new content, so that time this updated date has to be updated and created date should not be updated. Okay. Okay. So the next one is the status. So this majorly this will define whether it is a published or not. So this is a boolean field and this field value will be either true or false only. Okay. So this will define whether the article is published or not. If the article is published, the value will be true. If the article is not published, then the value will be false. And the next one is called article cost. So this field is a float field to represent the cost of an article if we want to sell to the public. It will define the cost of an article. And the next one is the article category. So this field represents the range of an article and range of an article category. So which will define the category of an article. Like, so for example, if I am going to upload any one of the article, so that article belongs to which category, that this field will be decided. So initially I just given three categories. The first category is the programming, and the second category is the news, and the third category is the IT. So later it can be added if required. And if you're while working on this project, so try to add some other categories and try to add some other articles. Okay. So now, so this is all about the initial part, the basic steps, what we need to do and how to initiate it. So this is all about this. And the next thing is the project has some this project has some of the operations to perform. So like, so these are the actions or the operations we can call it as. The first one is called welcome. So here what it means, the welcome page. So this is the base page. So it will display just the welcome content as soon as, so this is our URL. If I hit this URL, I just, so this is my welcome page. So welcome to dynamic content provider portal. So this is my the basic view. As soon as I hit this URL, this is my basic view. So this is what it is, the first action, which is action. Sorry, the welcome. And the next action is, so create article. So it is, this is the request URL, and this request URL is contains some of the parameters, URL parameters. So those I just discussed here. The first one is the article, create article. So if you see in this URL, after our base URL, you can see this action is called create articles. So this is our action. So based upon this action, the logic we have to write. And the next one is, it is Python, which is nothing but, this is the Python is the title of the article. So this is my title. The Python is a title. And after that, learn Python from my side as I provided based on the real-time code. So this is available in our URL. If you see here, so in between, so there is the thing, new thing in between. Yeah, here. So in between the word to word, we can find the percentage 20. So in this URL, if you observe, there is the new thing is called the percentage 20. So as on today, there is no functionality to accept the words in the URL. So for that reason, so if you see any real-time applications, if there is any spaces in the URL, so that space will get occupied with the percentage 20. Here percentage represents the format, and the 20 is represents the hexadecimal number, which is nothing but a space. So, so if we are updating any content, if there is any spaces, so we must provide the percentage 20. So this will indicate the space. Okay, and now coming to our discussion. So here the learn Python from my side as I provided based on the real-time code. This is my content of an article. Okay, and next one is John. So here John is my author name. As we discussed, the author name should be uppercase, lowercase, underscore, or and spaces. So these are the only things has to be followed. So while defining the author name, so we have to make some validations. And the next one in the URL is the programming. So this programming is nothing but the category of this particular article. So which means this particular article, whatever the title we just given, Python is an article title. So this particular article comes under the programming. Okay, and the next one is the 159. So 159 is nothing but my cost of an article. I just defined it here. And the next one is true, directly without adding anything. Initially I am just publishing this article, so this will define the published or not. Okay, So now, uh, as of now, we just discussed about the request. So then what is the response? So now for this request, I should get the response is called the new article. Here it is the article name added to the system successfully. This is what the response I should get. So let me just try to open this whether this particular article is created or not. I will just get to know. The title Python. Yeah, it is showing that the title Python already exists in the system. So this is one of the validation. So the validation part we will discuss. So this is my response. Now come to the validations part. The title of an article should be unique. We discussed while discussing about the fields. If any title name given which is already exist in the system should not accept. So it means so in this URL, the Python is a title which is already exist. So this is what we are getting it here as a response. The title Python already exists in the system. Okay, so this is the first validation, and the next validation is the author name should be uppercase, lowercase, underscore, and the spaces only. So this is the one of the validation. And article category. So whatever the category if we are providing in the URL, for example, so we are defined only programming, news, IT. If I give sports, which is not in our article range within defined range, so that in that case is it has to throw some exception. So let me just give you here, um, I'll just give Java. So here also I'll just modify the content. Here also I'll give Java, and here I just given some underscore. Let me just hit this. So here if you see the invalid author name, the author name can only contain uppercase letters, lowercase letters, underscore, and the spaces. Okay, so now the next validation is, sorry, we were discussing about the article category, right? Yes. So here everything is given properly, and here what I will try to give, instead of programming I will give sports. See here, invalid article category value, which is sports. Sports I just given. The valid choices are the programming, news. Yeah, here I think this response is I have to change it to IT. So this is what the validation. I just about to tell you about the validation. So this is what the validations we need to keep. Okay, and the next one is the article and the status passing as a string in the format in the URL. So it means, so in URL we are passing the status as is true, means the boolean, I mean the value we are passing it as a true. It is the string format we are passing it. So the next one is the string format we are passing. This has to be converted to the boolean. Okay. Okay. The next action is, so display all articles. So this is our next action, and this is the URL. And in this action, I just defined to display all the articles is called, the action is I just defined is called articles. Okay, this is my request URL, and the action is articles, and what the response is. So display all the articles which are exist in the system irrespective of published or not in the list. Okay, so if in case there is no data, so there is no data is available to display, in that case I should be getting the response is called no more articles available. Okay, so I will just go to this article. So this is my articles list. So which are all the articles are available here. It is ID, title, author, last updated. So these are all the things. The here it is the article ID is 7 and the title is HTML. It is a Chandu, and the last updated this is the last updated date. Okay. Okay. So now the next action is the remove article. Remove article. So remove article. this is my URL. Sorry, this is my request URL. So in this URL, I can see after base URL, I can see the remove article and slash 2. So which means, so this is my action. I just defined my action, what needs to be done. So in this action, what needs to be done, I just defined it here. Okay. The next one is a 2, which means the ID of the article, which is the ID of the article. So if I hit this URL, it is saying that article with ID 2 not exist in the system. So we have the ID is 7 and ID is 8. These two IDs are available. This is what it is giving. The article with the ID 2 not exist in the system. Okay. Yeah. So this is what about the remove article. Simple. We need to take input as a ID and we need to remove it if it is exist. If it is not exist, this then we have to throw some response. Okay. Yes. The next is the update article. For this, the request URL is this one. This is my request URL, and in this URL, the what is my action, which is update action, update articles. Sorry. So here it is article update article is the action to perform, and the next one is which is the title. This is the Django is my title, and the next is content of an content of the article. So this is the content of the article, and which is the false. It is false. It means here I am just trying to update an article. The article title is a Django, and the new content is added some other feature on Django forms. So this is my new content. I am just trying to update on an article is a Django, and this Django should not be published anymore. So in these cases, I'm just trying to update the content. Okay. And the response is the article name I should get it here and updated successfully. So now in this case what will happen? So as we discussed, we are updating with some latest information. So in this case, in my feeds, so this has to be updated with the latest date. The updated field has to be updated with the latest date. Okay. For that purpose, we just defined the created and updated two date fields. So now come to the validations. The title exists or not in the system. This is the one validation, and the status of an article should be boolean as passing it as a string in the URL. So this is the one type conversion. These are the validations. So once these validations are successful, so then the return response should be this. We did not found any validation errors. Okay. So now the next operation is called the search article. So for this operation, we have the request URL is this one. So in this URL, the search article is an action. Django is the title of an article, and it is a true. So which means the article name is a Django, which has to be published. So then only my search will be displayed here. So let me just hit this one. So Django not found in the system. So I'll just give here it is Python or HTML. Yes. So I'm just searching with my action is called the search article and my title is called HTML and it has to be published. So in this case, I'm just getting, for example, if I give here false, which means the article which is not published that I'm trying to search. As I think it is giving the error. Yes. So in that case, it should get the response is called the article is not available in the system. This is what we have to get it. Let me just give here false. Yes. the article HTML is not found. Yes, so here it is, as it is the boolean value, so we have to pass it as properly. So this is what it is, the search article. Okay, and the responses should be display all the searched articles in the table format. Whatever we search with the title and the publish it or not, so those has to be displayed in the format. Yes. So now the validations are check the title with the published or not. We have to check this publish whether it is available or not with the title. Whatever the title we are just given here, the Django, this title article is available or not. That is the one check, and the status of an article should be boolean as passing it as a string in this URL. So this is all these operations we discussed now in this document is available. And so this YouTube channel is also available, the YouTube link is also available. Please go through this YouTube link, and if you have any further queries, so you can reach out to me so that I can help you. Thank you everyone, and wish you very all the best.